Thanks for tuning in. Ham Talk Live will be on the air shortly. Please stand by. This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about ICOM radios.
It's Ham Radio.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's time for Ham Talk Live. It's episode number 222. The Orlando Hamcation plans and award nominations recorded live on Thursday, August 6th, 2020. I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight we're joined by Michael Cauley, W4MCA and Mike Banigan, KJ4UDO. And we will take your calls live as we always do a little later in the show. Last week here on Ham Talk Live, Chris Bro, KD8YVJ, and Don Wilbanks, AE5DW, were here to talk about the Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award 2020. Chris was the winner of that. So congratulations once again to Chris, and if you missed that show, you can listen anytime over at hamtalklive.com or on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, and you can listen to rebroadcasts of Ham Talk Live on WTWW. That's 5085 AM, 5.085. Saturday afternoons. It's about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time when Ham Talk Live comes your way over shortwave. Also, before we get going here about Orlando, don't forget that the QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo is coming up this weekend. In fact, in the U.S., it starts tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, which is 0100 Zulu Saturday, UTC time. Go to QSOTodayHamExpo.com to check it out live this weekend. And if you can't make it while it's live, just like this show, you can check it out on demand after it's over. So I'll be over at the Youth on the Air booth for part of the time this weekend at the expo, so be sure to stop by there. And also tonight here on Ham Talk Live, we're going to give away a Ham Talk Live t-shirt. Thanks to Tanner Jones, W9TWJ, for donating another shirt to the prize box. So we'll be giving one of those away to the call or tweet of the night. So here's how you can call in and win that shirt later on in the show. You'll have a chance to do that. The phone number is 859-982-7373. I'll give you the number again here in a second so you can punch it in, write it down so you have it ready to go. And after we talk to Michael, and Mike will give you that number again, and we'll let you know when it's time to call. But again, the number 859-982-7373. You can also tweet us. We're watching Twitter off and on throughout the evening. The Twitter handle is at Ham Talk Live, so we'll be checking that as well. And if you're on Spreaker, you can type a comment, and we'll check those periodically throughout the evening as well. So I'll be back with Michael and Mike right after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Hey, honey, have you seen the PL259s anywhere?
No, I haven't.
Come on, kids, let's go. There's just one place to go for all of your connector needs.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics. A giant warehouse of connectors and adapters for every occasion. Thousands to choose from in every shape, size, and color. And they have antennas, soldering supplies, cables, meters, and more. Where do you go if you want to buy a connector at a fraction of retail cost?
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics. And this weekend only, take advantage of our special liquidation sale. Buy 9 solder type PL259s, get the 10th one for just 1 penny. They make great Christmas presents. And what better way to say I love you than with the gift of a PL259?
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
Tower Electronics.
I'm Scott, KB9AMM of Tower Electronics. I like the PL259 connector so much, I bought the company.
Tower Electronics, coming to a Hamfest near you, or online at PL-259.com. And we're in the yellow pages under Amateur Radio Connectors.
My, wherever did you get that lovely PL259?
Tower Electronics, PL-259.com, or call 920-435-2973.
Do we sell PL259 connectors?
Right now, you could be sitting on a beach, sipping a drink with an umbrella in it, and enjoying the good life. But instead, you've decided to listen to Ham Talk Live. So we thank you. And now here's Neil Rapp with more of the show.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to Scott and Jill at Tower Electronics for sponsoring the show tonight to help bring you Ham Talk Live. They'll be at the Angola, Indiana Ham Fest this weekend. That's on Saturday, August 8th. They'll also be in Winchester, Indiana on August 15th. But you can visit them anywhere, anytime from PL-259.com. Well, my guests tonight are Michael Cauley, W4MCA. He is the chairman of the Orlando Hamcation for the 4th year now, and he served 7 years as the tailgate chairman and 6 years as the IT chairman previously, and a year as the finance chair. Hamcation is sponsored by the Orlando Amateur Radio Club, and joining him tonight is Mike Banigan, KJ4UDO, the awards chairman of the Orlando Hamcation. Mike is an engineer and program manager at Lockheed Martin. So thanks, guys, for being on the show tonight, and welcome to Ham Talk Live.
Thank you for having us tonight, Neil.
And I think we may have to get John Knott in here in the background. He's hiding back there apparently. So, and I almost thought I was on ESPN because I've got Mike and Mike, but it's not in the morning. So I don't know. So well, let's talk a little bit about Hamcation. I know you've got a lot of things going on, and you're 6 months out here.
Yes, a little over 6 months, yes.
Yeah. So, it's a little early, but there's a lot of planning that goes into making this work, and there's a lot to do ahead of time, and things are kind of ramping up this week. So tell us a little bit about the plans for Hamcation that started up this week and how things are going for 2021.
Everything's moving along quickly, actually, this week. Our website is now live. You can go on there, buy your tickets. You can buy your tailgate spots, your RV nights. Commercial tables is open. The swaps tables are open. So you can actually go on there, do everything you need to do. We had our first actual Hamcation committee meeting on the 1st of the month. And Hamcation is in full swing, ready to go for 2021.
Now, already everybody's saying, okay, you got to have a backup plan. And I know you guys, because you're totally organized and you plan and plan and plan. And so, there is a backup plan, but 6 months out, who knows what it's going to look like. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, actually today we started getting some emails from people concerned about it. And like we're telling everybody, 6 months out, it's hard to say. Currently here in Orlando or Orange County that we live in, we do have a mask mandate. If you go out in public, inside stores, anything like that, you have to wear a mask. You got a social distance, 6 foot. But then 6 months out, we really don't want to give anybody any ideas of what they have to do when they come to the show, because we really don't know what it's going to be like in 6 months. How this virus has been, it's hit or miss if it's good or bad for the area. So some areas are doing very well. Right now, we're last couple days we've actually been on a downward slide a little bit, or downward positive rate here locally, which is good. We'll see if it lasts. But there is plans in work if for something, if for some reason we can't have the show, we will contact everybody in enough time so everybody can cancel their plans at the time. So that's what's going on right now, Neil.
Yeah, 6 months out, it's hard to say what things are going to look like, and we're going to be optimistic and go forward and be ready to go, and hopefully things will get back closer to normal in the next few months. So we're very hopeful for that. Well, this is a big deal, and you guys kind of ducked the beginning of this because you were able to have the event right before everything started going really haywire. And ARRL has given you the honor of hosting the national convention for the year. So talk a little bit about that and what that means to Hamcation.
Yeah, just to let everybody know that this coming 2021 will actually be our 75th anniversary. So we were thinking, what can we do to make the 75th a big deal for us? And we decided to host the national convention again for ARL. So we put in the paperwork, everything. It was approved. Actually, about 4 weeks ago, a press release went out from ARL about the national convention. Some things that will be happening during the show. The actual show at Hamcation is February 12th, 13th, and 14th. But on February 11th, ARL is going to be doing what they call the ARL Training Tracks. It will be 4 different courses, basically, if you want to say that. It is being done at DoubleTree at SeaWorld Hotel. You're going to go in there. You're going to register with them. You're going to pick one of the training tracks. You're going to go in there. Half the day you're going to be in it. Then they're going to do a lunching where everybody in all 4 training tracks will go to a lunching. They will be a keynote speaker. Then you'll go back to that training track for the rest of the day. For February 11th. All that information will be coming out, should be within probably the next couple of weeks of what the actual training tracks are. They've already been planned. There's going to be some good ones. Everybody will really enjoy it this year. Also, with the national convention, there'll be more ARL forums during Hamcation also. So I know that's in the plans also.
Sounds good. And there's a lot of things going on, and you've got some things going on, early too.
Yeah, with the training track. So that's going to bring people in on probably starting on Wednesday, so they can attend that on Thursday, which is really good. So,
well, let's also talk a little bit about the awards, because that's something that's leading up to Hamcation, and let's turn to Mike here. You've got the award nominations opening up, so tell us all about the awards and how the nominations work.
Yep, as Michael mentioned, the website is open, and with the website opening up, we're now starting to accept nominations for the Carole Educator of the Year Award. So we just go out to the website, www.hamcation.com, and once you get to that website there, you can turn around and there's a pull down under event info, and under there's an awards tab, and with some of the details of the award and the nomination form that can be placed in. But the award was established after Carole Perry, W4MCA, back in 2018. So we're coming up on the third year for the award. But Carole's been working with youth her whole career, both in the education world and then wherever she can round up kids, she's off working with them. And in fact, she will be. You'd commented on the QSO Virtual Expo. She will be doing a presentation for youth and ham radio. That'll be Sunday, in track 3 on the first forum of the day there at 11:30 Eastern. So even though she's a retired teacher, she's still pushing strong and hard on promoting amateur radio within youth. So the award was initially established to recognize an individual that's been making strong contributions to educating, advancing youth in amateur radio. So that's we established the award based on that. So it's kind of Carole's the namesake for us for that award. So, and this last year we had Melissa Poor, KM4CZN, that received the award, and she was an educator also, but she's been working with youth. She's been promoting teaching methods with her colleagues, and she is also the ambassador for the U.S. education team for the amateur radio of the International Space Station, ERIS. So she's a real go-getter. In fact, I was just chatting with her or exchanging emails the other day, and she was doing a virtual Morse code class. So she's finding ways every time we turn around on helping to get youth involved in amateur radio. So we're going to be looking for nominees this year, and I want to highlight that probably misnomer here, or could be a potential misnomer, is the award is not limited to just teachers. I know we've got Educator of the Year, but we want to use that in a very broad term. So if we've got an Elmer, if you've got a merit badge counselor, anybody that's involved with youth that's promoting amateur radio is an excellent candidate for this award. So as we mentioned, with the website going up, we're now accepting nominations, and we will accept those nominations till November 1st. And then we'll do our collect all those nominations, and we'll have the tough challenge of selecting a winner for the award and get that announced probably in early December, and hopefully have the awardee at Hamcation 2021 in February.
All right. So you can get your nominations in, and you couldn't have a better namesake for that award. Carole is one of my mentors, and she's been working with youth and schools for a very long time, and you couldn't have a better namesake and first recipient of the award. So get your nominations in. It's time to do that, and you said until November 1st, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so you got a couple of months here or 3 months to get those in. So that's something else that Hamcation is doing, and we're going to talk more about Hamcation and what they're doing when we come back right after this word from ICOM America right here on Ham Talk Live. Get out and be active with ICOM's new IC705 and its optional multi-function backpack. The IC705 is your perfect QRP companion as you have base station features and functionality at the tip of your fingers in a portable package covering HF, 6 meters, 2 meters, and 70 centimeters. This compact rig weighs in at just 1 kilo or a little over 2 pounds. With RF direct sampling for most of the HF band and IF sampling for frequencies above 25 megahertz, and that large 4.3-inch color touch screen with live band scope and waterfall. The IC705 does 5 watts with a BP272 battery or 10 watts with a 13.8 volt DC power supply, has sideband CW, AM, FM, and full D-Star functions, a micro USB connector, Bluetooth, and wireless LAN, integrated GPS with an antenna and GPS logger, a micro SD card slot, a speaker mic comes standard, and supports QRP operations. The perfect accessory for your 705 is the optional backpack LC192 with a special compartment for your IC705 and room for accessories for soda activations or just a day in the park. Make sure you visit ICOMamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios. And register now for QSO Today's groundbreaking Virtual Ham Expo. This expo will be filled with virtual exhibits and guest speakers, all from the convenience of your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Visit QSOTodayHamExpo.com to register.
Join the conversation. Give us a call at 859-982-7373. Again, the number to call is 859-982-7373. Or, if you'd rather type than talk, tweet us at Ham Talk Live. Now, here's Neil Rapp with more Ham Talk Live.
We put the ham in Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to ICOM America for sponsoring the show. They help bring Ham Talk Live your way each and every week. Make sure you check them out at ICOMamerica.com/amateur. And be sure to check out Ham Talk Live every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here at hamtalklive.com. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And it's time for your calls now. So now is your chance. And we're going to give away a t-shirt for the call or tweet of the night as well. So make sure you do that. So if you want to ask a question of Michael or Mike, give us a call right now. 859-982-7373. 859-982-7373, or tweet us at Ham Talk Live. And if you're listening to us on the podcast version or on WTWW, you won't reach us at that phone number because it's Thursday night and it's already past the time to call. So, again, thanks to Tanner Jones, W9TWJ, for donating the shirt to give away tonight. And we do have a couple of questions up here, so let's go ahead and take those. First of all, for Michael, Brett, WY7BG, says, if there's no COVID-19 vaccine by then, will Hamcation go virtual? So, Michael, you want to address that one?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we will not be going virtual if there is no vaccine by then. A lot of people, I mean, here locally, there is shows starting to start up already at the fairgrounds and other areas of Orlando. Personally, I don't think we would need a vaccine to be able to have the show. A lot of people do want to see a vaccine happening, but just because there is not a vaccine is not a reason why we would cancel the show for that purpose. So no, we will not be going virtual. It would be very hard to plan a virtual Hamfest and a regular Hamfest at the same time. So right now we're full on board of doing it in person.
And of course, you know, you're following all the appropriate guidelines. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see what it looks like when we get closer to time.
Correct. We will follow all federal, state, and local guidelines at the time of the show, what they are. Once we find out what they are, we will let everybody know what needs to be done for them to attend the show. If it's to wear a mask, if it's we have to do temperature checks, ever what it is. Once we're 100% sure what they are, we will release a press release of what people should expect coming to the show.
Okay, very good. Well, this one's for Mike, so let's switch over to him. John, in for JTK, wants to know how the award became named after Carole Perry.
Okay, be glad to take that question. When the Hamcation committee turned around and said they wanted to get an award together, you know, we kept looking and saying, okay, how do you turn around, promote, amateur radio? And when you really look at it, people educating our youth are some of our best ambassadors for the hobby. And also it's bringing youth into the hobby. And that seems to always be a challenge. A lot of amateur radio clubs and groups are working on is how do you turn around and bring new people in. And it's going to be the youth that we need to get the youth to get interested in it. So came up with the Educator of the Year award, and then the committee turned around and says, "Well, who do we potentially go pick for that?" And it was almost hands down Carole Perry. Carole Perry has been coming to Hamcation for years, doing youth forums. She's doing youth forums almost nonstop. It seems every time you turn around and take a look at another forum at a Hamcation or Hamvention, Carole's there. Carole's always, whenever it comes to youth, she's there. She's helping other people on how to bring youth into radio. So it was almost a natural fit for that. So, and I wasn't present for when Carole received the award, but she was totally caught off guard when the award was presented to her, and she's been beaming about it ever since, and continuing to promote amateur radio. Great ambassador and great bringing youth back into, pulling youth into our hobby. So.
Okay.
I can actually probably go a little further on it real quick.
Sure.
Of how it actually became her award. Actually, one year at Hamvention, myself, John, actually Mark Brown from Huntsville was there, and then at the time, Michael Coulter, outside of his little RV trailer that he has, we were sitting out there talking, and he brought up the idea that Hamcation should do some type of award like they do, just something to get help us out, get our name on the map a little more with some type of award. So we left there thinking about it, and I come up with the idea of an Educator Award. At the time, Hamvention didn't do it. No other real Hamfest does an Educator Award. So I actually got with Carole Perry, and she actually helped create the award at the time. Helped create some of the rules for the nominations and all that. But at the time, she didn't know that, one, we were going to name the award after her, and two, she was the first recipient of the award. So actually, that year at Huntsville, we asked her if she would be willing for us to actually put her name on the award to make it the Carole Perry Educator of the Year Award. And she was tickled to death, and was just blown away with the idea that we would come to her with that, and she loved it. And then that following Hamcation, we actually give it to her at the award ceremony that we did, and she was even more blown away at that point. So that's a little more detail of actually how the award actually come about.
All right. Good story there of how that happened. So if you have a question, now is the time to call 859-982-7373. And Michael and Mike will try to answer all of your questions this evening. Again, 859-982-7373. Give us a call or tweet us at Ham Talk Live. And Joe, K0NEB on Spreaker on the comments has a couple of questions for you, Michael. How soon do we speakers register our forums, and when is the deadline for any announcement if the event is postponed or canceled or whatever?
The first question is, it's open now, so please go up there, register for a forum. Right now, nobody's registered, so it's kind of more open if you want a certain time slot. So please go up there and register anytime. James is still our forums chairman. He'll be receiving the email and will be in contact with you soon. If for some reason the deadline for any announcement, pretty much we would have to let anybody know by December 1st. That would give everybody enough time for vendors and stuff like that to cancel any type of plans they made to come here. So if for some reason, if we did have to postpone or cancel, we're looking at a December 1st timeline.
Okay, that's good to know as well. So thanks, Joe, for your question. 859-982-7373 is the phone number, at Ham Talk Live on Twitter. And if you're on Spreaker, you can type into the comments, and we'll take a few more questions here tonight about the Orlando Hamcation. So, Michael, let's talk a little bit about this 75th anniversary. This is a milestone for you all. Well, I guess you're in the South, so it's y'all, right?
Y'all, yeah, it is.
So, talk a little bit about the anniversary and what you have planned.
Okay, for the 75th, let everybody know a little bit about Hamcation. Our first Ham Fest was actually back in 1946. If anybody's from Florida, I'm pretty sure they've heard of Rock Springs. It's a spring here locally up in the Apopka area. Our first Ham Fest was there, outside at the Springs, apparently, in 1946. So over the years, we've moved around, but we've been at the fairgrounds now for almost 30 years, a little over 30 years at the fairgrounds. So for the 75th, it's going to be big for us. We're trying to, of course, COVID doesn't help, but just playing some good forums this year. Our theme actually this year with ARL, we're doing a joint theme this year for the 75th. It's going to be Rediscover Radio. If you go on the website, we have the logos up there. And what Rediscover means, it's two parts to it. The first one is the RE part of it. For the Rediscover is for hams that aren't active anymore in amateur radio, trying to get them more active in the current technology, digital stuff of amateur radio, stuff like that. And then if you just go with the Discover Amateur Radio, it's for the new hams, teaching them about amateur radio and what they can do with amateur radio, the digital aspects of amateur radio. So that's actually our joint theme with ARL this year about that. I was actually just informed I made a mistake about the forums. The forums page is not live yet on the website. It should be up by the end of the week.
Okay, so Joe, you got to wait a few more days. So, all All right. Well, it sounds like some good stuff, and I'm sure, knowing you'll have some surprises that you're holding back, and come up with some ideas to add to that as you go, because you're always coming up with ideas. So we'll have to talk about those next time you're on with when we're closer to the Hamcation taking place. So let's give one last chance here for phone calls and questions. 859-982-7373 at Ham Talk Live on Twitter. And let's see if we have any other questions or comments before we go. Guys, anything else that we needed to address that we didn't hit?
This is Mike. If we do have anyone that does have questions or comments about the awards, they can always email me at awards@hamcation.com and be able to take care of any questions that pop up along the way. And be looking forward to hearing and seeing everybody at Hamcation here after the first of the year.
Only thing I got to add is for anybody for the forum side, if somebody nominated somebody last year, please renominate them. We had some very good people that was nominated. It was very hard to make a decision of who won it. It come down to actually between 3 people out of all the nominations we got, and it was very hard to pick the person. So please, if you nominated somebody last year, please also don't give up. Renominate them. They could be a good chance that they could be picked this year.
Okay, and John W4USF wants to know when tickets go on sale.
They are on sale now. You can go to www.hamcation.com, and on the top tab, you can click tickets, and you can buy them right now.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well, I think we have covered everything that we needed to. So let's see here. Actually, Michael, if you don't mind, I'll let you pick the winner of the T-shirt tonight.
Okay.
So you want to pick one of the questions from tonight?
Yeah, let's go with the last gentleman, John, W4USF, with the question about tickets on sale.
About tickets. There we go. Okay, we got to sell the tickets. All right. So John, congratulations. I'll get with you and we'll figure out the size of shirt, and we'll get that sent out to you. And again, thanks to Tanner, W9TWJ, for donating that, and we'll get that shirt out to you. So you listen and you win a shirt. So we will do that. And Michael, we'll have you back when we get closer to time and talk about some more details as things get even more nailed down and ready to go for Hamcation. But I'm telling you right now, after being back at work for all of 2 days, I think Orlando is sounding pretty good right now. I think a vacation is well in order. So there we go. Well, guys, any final comments here before we go?
Just want to thank you. Thank Ham Talk Live for having us on here. Also, I haven't told you yet officially, but congratulations on the wedding.
Oh, thank you.
So, and just thank all the viewers for hopping in and listening live and being in the chat room. And hopefully we'll pull this off with or without the COVID issue, and it'll be one of the best hamcations we've had yet.
Yes, and Neil,
Mike?
Thanks for having us on tonight. Much appreciated to give us the opportunity to speak about Hamcation and Carole Perry Award.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you to all the people that were chiming in tonight. We've got a lot of our our usual crew here. Jill, KD8QGA, is in the shack, as she always says, and Chris, AA4CB, and all kinds of people are your usual group here. So thanks for being in there, and John and Joe and another John. I think we've had 2 or 3 Johns and a Bill and 2 or 3 Mikes in here. So it's like a lot of people in here tonight. So thanks a lot for being there and chiming in tonight. And we'll do it again next week. So that is a wrap for this week's episode of Ham Talk Live. Thanks to my guests, Michael Cauley, W4MCA, and Mike Banigan, KJ4UDO, and everybody out there in cyberspace for listening and typing in, and invite you back next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And for a list of all of our upcoming guests, visit hamtalklive.com. And if you like the show, please leave us a review. That helps us. So please do that and helps other people find the show. So for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.